2019. I mean, take a look.
I refuse to sign for local government autonomy. Anywhere in the world, you don't have 3 people federating. You have 2. You have the state and the federal.
There are 3 tiers of government in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We have Local Government Service Commission, don't we? That means that it is, and we have State Civil Service Commission. That shows that there are different categories of governance. And in terms of revenue generation, it's because the state governments in their greed are stealing the functions of the local government.
For you to drive development, you must drive it from the local government, not from the top. Today, in your state, the local government are non-existent. No one is accounting for anything. In 2019, 30 billion. In 2021, 80 billion. In 2022, 79 billion. That is in excess of 0.6 trillion naira, and no one is accounting for it. I'm in support, a staunch believer in
local government autonomy. But Seyi got in. Is the second-time governor for your states. Now he is here to convince his own executives. Yeah, they have this state executive meeting, and they have it on record to share with all of us and say, well, you need to understand and stop assuming. That's what he meant. Like, people like us should stop assuming. Because you know something? These state governors, their strength is this local government, not just the money, for politics as well. This is how they keep together their structures. And according to them, it's like the federal government want to take over the control. Therefore, the governors would have to do their day. The local government chairmen, they can also be their own bosses. Depends on their work, and no state, because now state governor, they appoint local government chairmen, rig them in, or appoint them as caretakers. So to them, it's like Tifnumbu is planning to take control of all the 774 local government areas, feed them with enough money, build up at the corruption level to the point that if any governor chooses to want to work against him in 2027, it would have the local government areas, all of them, even if it's just half of them, is enough to validate his rigging. Now, it's like they are not all honest with all of these things. None of them is actually conducting any public hearing to ask the people, what do you think? But it seems like the people will like, give the local government their money first. We'll talk about all of the other vices later. But we'll go to the Oyo State Executive Council meeting, where Seyi Makinde is telling people how his government has been helping local government areas because they have no real money. This allocation that all of you are talking about is not that much, even though he is lying, okay? But we'll hear his arguments. It's a long watch, okay? But I'll cut it in parts. The first part.
In court on Thursday last week, he gave me a brief of what transpired out there. But I felt I've also read, a lot of sensational headlines, in the newspaper. Oh, the governors, their hands have been broken, this is the best thing that's ever happened to Nigeria. It is the best thing after bread and butter, I think this morning I saw Norge saying, oh, okay, with this judgment, now there's freedom in the land. Well, let me thank you all, for joining this important consultative meeting. I want us to discuss the decision of the Supreme Court as it concerns financial autonomy and its so-called financial autonomy of the local government councils, because I believe a lacuna has been created between that Supreme Court decision and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We all swore, I swore, to uphold the Constitution. But the law is the law. If the law says, if the law is in conflict, it behoves on us to look for our own homegrown solution that will ensure that we have transparency, we can operate, and our people, because when two elephants are fighting, the grass will suffer. Let me also recall that since the beginning of this administration, Oyo State, we've conducted local government elections twice now. And I hate to say, well, did I not tell you? When I was sworn in on May 29, 2019, I dissolved the local government. The Supreme Court just basically said to us that, look, governors don't have right to dissolve those local councils. But why did I dissolve the local council then? It was because elections were held into the LCDAs. And the same Supreme Court has basically now said only 774 local governments in Nigeria. So there's confusion in the land. And when you have confusion, what it means is the structure is shaky. So you have to remove as much of this confusion as possible. So we will be outlining the major challenges we have at the local government level, so we can develop our own solution. Like I said, I mean, the challenges, if addressed, will ensure that we have seamless implementation, of the process that can allow your state to continue to run harmoniously. So the issue of local government elections in Oyo State, we don't have caretaker committee or caretaker set up at the local level. We planned the election such that not a single day was given out. So we are responsible administration in Oyo State. We don't need the federal government to tell us what to do. We know what to do, and we know what is good for our people. Let me also...
No, sometimes it's just mostly like all like wind pipe talk. But it's good. It is good to see up close the people making decisions on critical issues. The confusion in the land. The Supreme Court judgment was great. Seyi Makinde, you do not need to design your own way of managing anything. Just tell all the local government areas recognized in your states to forward their bank accounts to the Office of the Accountant General of Nigeria. And you as a governor, now you can now have oversight. For example, you can bring them together and say, what do you want to be doing with your money? Like What about you? What about you? And all of that. Let them invest their money in building markets, rebuilding markets, building community roads, building roads to the farms. Let them invest their money. You can guide them. They can decide to say, okay, it's none of your business. That is what the law says, right? There's no point in setting up your own special committee to manage the money. Well, let's see why they needed committee in your states.
2019 was a local government system that was owing backlog of salaries, gratuities, pension, and yes, we do need the press now. We need them. Let them hear what I'm saying. I'm saying it because Oyo State will get out of this even stronger. We are people that we know what is good for our people. We can run our own affairs. The federal government is not superior constitutionally to the state government. Well, they have more resources than the states, but the jurisdiction is coordinate. So we can do what is right in Oyo State, and we've been doing what is right in Oyo State. So we inherited local government, owing salaries, pensions, and gratuities. And for primary school teachers, the chairman of NUT is here. Before we came in, their leave bonuses were last paid in 2017. So this administration paid 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23. So, please sit down, Mr. Chairman. The primary healthcare facilities, primary schools, and inner roads were all in a bad shape. Working collaboratively with the local government, especially those of you that are spending your second tenure, we worked together to deliver dividends of democracy to our people. We're able to clear those salary arrears. We paid 18 billion naira in pensions and gratuities, over this period. We upgraded about 209 primary healthcare centers, equipped about 264, complete 60 model schools, and construct and we renovated hundreds of primary school classrooms and fixed some inner roads. But there are still challenges that we have to address. We still have backlog of gratuities and pensions. I held a meeting with NUP and some stakeholders in that space, I believe last week. We looked at the figures and said, look, if we continue at this pace, it will take us more than 20 years to even clear the backlog that is in existence right now. Talk less of the ones that will keep coming, and then we were designing an arrangement that will allow us, to even pay quicker. So those are challenges that we have. At least from that meeting, the local government is owing about 55 billion naira in pension and gratuities. So I have heard before, while growing up, when a certain Nigerian head of state said then our problem wasn't money, but how to spend it. And they went and paid salaries of other countries, Uganda, all of those people, because we were awash with money. When others were developing infrastructure that will push their economy, that will raise the living standard of their people, push their economy towards sustainable growth. But for us, at that time, our priority wasn't how to correctly deploy our resources. And what
nuisance leleyi, nuisance leleyi.
That's how they do. That's why I said we are going to have to have a long watch. All right. According to Seyi, the reason why your state will do it differently is because the federal government is not superior to states by law. One, we know what our people want in your state. Two, and what do the people of your state want? According to Seyi, when he became governor, pensions, salaries, gratuities of local government workers were in backlog, unpaid. Infrastructures, inner roads in your state, they were in bad shape, despite all of the money they were collecting every month. Before Seyi came, there was a single rule. The local government money belonged to the governor. I told you that before. He could decide when to pay salary, when not to pay it, when to repair road, or when not to. So Seyi inherited that. Is it all right if I tell you that between 2019 and 2024, Oyo State alone, Oyo State local governments alone, they have drawn more than 3 trillion naira from the allocation from Abuja. Like, just put that on the side, okay? 3 trillion naira. Now, today, as Seyi was saying, he said they have been paying and he has been repairing roads. He has been providing primary health care, primary education. Remember how Oyo State local governments have no real money. They were in debt. They have backlogs because Ajimobi before him made sure of that. But he came on, in order to fix it, he kept the same structure. I am here. Then he presented himself like the savior. We in Oyo State, we are fine here. Because all these local governments we are talking about, despite the fact that we have been paying and paying all these gratuities, we still hold like 55 billion. That's what he said. He said they still hold 55 billion gratuities to the local government workers in Oyo State. We have rehabilitated hundreds of roads. But for those who know the game, the moment after that, he quickly deviated to. There was a former head of state in this country that said, our problem is not money or how to spend money. Oh, yeah, we remember that one. Okay. Yes, Mr. Governor, I am interested. You see, he said he had to go and pay salaries of other countries like Uganda. And I'm not trying to what, Mr. Governor? We are talking about local government money. Okay. And I'm using him as a point of contact. to others that will never even do any meeting or see anything about it. Supreme Court can go to hell, concern them. Are you with me? But yeah, it is now the fault of the local government areas that Yakubu Gowon said money wasn't Nigeria problem, but how to spend it. And he went to Uganda to go and pay the civil servant salary, the federal workers in Uganda, for almost 2 months. Said, we'll clear your salaries. That is now something, a point of reference. We should care about our people and invest in our people. 3 trillion naira in the last 5 years. Add everything together. Then maybe you can tell me how much of this you can feel in your different local government areas in your states. Well, let him finish. Here is the rest.
Take a lot of our people out of hunger and poverty and stop the hunger in the land. Well, if people think, okay, the problem is sharing, the local government chairmen are here, outgoing chairman, I think in each of the geopolitical zones of Oyo State, you have representatives there. Our people do not care if a road is fixed by the federal government or the state government or the local government. They just want to see good roads. An example is Oyo to Seyi through Fashola. It's a federal government road, but the state government fixed it. And I have the letter from the federal government when I wrote them to ask for the approval to fix that road. They said, look, you can fix it, but we will not reimburse you. And I said, I do not care. It's a critical road to Oyo State economy, passing through our agribusiness corridor. I know some, well, I can't call them opposition. I call them uninformed people. They say, oh, Seyi has gone to Fashola and turned the land into an estate given to my friends. Why would my friend go to Fashola if they are looking for land when there is enough in the surrounding areas here? So I believe that it's our problem, irrespective of what they are doing at the federal level. We will not toy or play politics with the lives of our own people here in Oyo State. That's why I said, look, call all the stakeholders in that space. Let us deliberate. Let us talk frankly amongst ourselves and say, well, this will have an impact on, people said, I have, my stomach is protruding now because I've been chopping a lot of local government money, Oyo State money, but I don't think so. I think if they want to play politics, we will not join them in playing politics with the lives of our people. And I've also seen on social media, okay, I spoke to the Commissioner for Finance yesterday. He should have been here. And he said to me that, well, okay, they said to them that FAC is on Tuesday, I think tomorrow. Or is it tomorrow? Tomorrow, yeah, FAC is tomorrow. Please, all of you come. We will delay the implementation of the pronouncement of the Supreme Court so that for the next 90 days, which is 3 FAC from now, they will still pay the money into the Jack account. Who is fooling who in this country? You make the law, you break it, so the law is at your own, with an purposes. That is not how to run a country. If you make the law, let us all obey the law. But like I said, for us in Oyo State, we can solve our own problem, we can deal with our situation, and we can prioritize our people. So our task now is to discuss among ourselves, and whatever we agree, we have the State House of Assembly people here. They have the oversight function to make laws for the good governance at the local government level. We have Norge here. Norge, when I was campaigning for election, you pointedly asked me this question at the debate at UI, and I told you my position. The problem we have is not about sharing, it's making more money, being productive. That is the problem that we have. Yes, I'm not saying things should not be transparent at the local government level, but it's a distraction to think this is the magic bullet that will wash away all our problems. So Norge is here, Nigeria.
Nuisance lele.
Last time. Koko Shidanu Jare. I know I watched the video, okay? And that's why I broke the video into 3 parts, so that you're not going to be bored out of this world. That's a state government.